So I would like to take a few moments to review some of the highlights of this past year. Now, each of us will have our own perspectives on what made this year special. Here are a few of mine. With good humor and adaptability, the class of 2020 has lived on a campus that occasionally felt like one big construction site. You were here to see the renovation of the new side residences. You had to hang out in the temporary trailers that served as the library while the library learning commons was being renovated. You were ejected from the Johnson building while we renovated the science labs and built a new greenhouse. You were sent back to the trailers again while we renovated the student center. You had to find an alternate route to the golf course while lights were being installed on the pathway through the forest. You experienced the closing of Divinity House and participated in the process of deciding to transform it into an Indigenous center and gathering space. And while I'm mentioning infrastructure changes, I want to congratulate our students for their efforts over several years to get the Quebec Ministry of Transport to install a stoplight at the corner of Reed and College so that our students can cross the road safely. You'll be pleased to know that they started installing the new lights this week. Now, in addition to navigating around construction sites at the beginning of November, you actually needed a boat to navigate the campus as we experienced one of the biggest fall floods in memory, with the St. Francis River rising almost 15 feet. Individually and collectively, the class of 2020 consistently responded to the needs of people less fortunate than themselves here in the Eastern Townships and around the world. Whether it was the Student Fashion Show, which raised a record-breaking $22,000 to support a conservation organization which protects the Appalachian Corridor, or raising funds for the victims of Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas, our students have consistently given their time, their energy, and their resources to help each other. So we owe a great debt of gratitude to the class of 2020 for how you have cared for each other, for this institution, and for the world. There are several other highlights of the year I would like to mention. Our students won the Network of International Business Schools case competition, which was held in Germany in March. The Bishop's Drama Department staged William Gibson's The Miracle Worker, the story of Helen Keller and her teacher Annie Sullivan. Although the public performance had to be canceled because of COVID-19, it was performed twice for small audiences. I was very fortunate to have been one of the few people in the audience to witness the remarkable performances of our students. All of our sports teams had strong seasons and showed great promise. The last shot victory of our men's basketball team to win the RSEQ championship in a packed Mitchell gym was just one of the many memorable highlights of the year. We honored current and former female student athletes in our first ever celebration of women in sport, and we were pleased to announce that we had raised more than $1 million so that the Bishop's Gators women's hockey team will begin competing in a league against other Quebec universities next year. We welcomed 4 outstanding people in the Donald Lecture Series. Charles Taylor, the world-renowned philosopher, whose body of work is remarkable for its breadth of scholarship, spoke on a wide range of issues from philosophy to human rights. Tom Mulcair drew on his experience as a former provincial and federal politician in speaking about climate change. Chutescat Martinez shared his perspectives as a 19-year-old Indigenous climate activist, hip-hop artist, and powerful voice on the front line of a global youth-led environmental movement. And finally, Victoria Caspi, a professor of astronomy, gave an engaging talk about fast radio bursts, a mysterious cosmic phenomenon which produces intense blasts of radio waves from far outside our galaxy. Now, unfortunately, there's not time to review all of the accomplishments of our diverse and multi-talented faculty, but it was certainly a year of innovation and achievement. Let me give you a bit of flavor of the academic vitality of our university. Jason Rowe, our Canada Research Chair in Exoplanet Astrophysics, played an important role in the discovery of an Earth-sized planet located in a habitable zone of a nearby star. Professors in English, education, history, modern languages, philosophy, politics, and sociology joined together to offer an interdisciplinary course on truth and reconciliation. We introduced a new minor in sustainable agriculture and food systems, and work has begun on our own educational farm.